Hey Magic, welcome back. So today I want to give you some tips to create bass lines and melodies that go together cohesively. Although it may be obvious if you've been playing music for a long time, if you're getting into it as a beginner, it might not be so clear how to do it, and also just how beneficial it can be to prioritize writing two parts that are made to go together, rather than just sort of writing two things in the same key and forcing them together. If you write them to play off of each other cohesively, and you put conscious effort into that, it's going to sound so much better, so much more cohesive. And today I want to show you two methods to do that. One of them is really simple, and this is what you're probably going to want to use if you already have something you really like and you want to write the other part to go with it. So if you already have a lead, you can write a bass for it. If you already have a bass, you can write a lead for it. And then there's going to be another method, which is probably more applicable if you're starting from scratch and you come up with something that you don't care too much about changing it to fit with something else. So I have a project here on the circuit tracks. I'm probably going to use this track for all of the examples in this video. This is from my latest album, 10 out of 10 Experience, which is from the RPM challenge. Anyway, the first method is incredibly simple. So if you just listen to this and try to keep in mind that the bass is the main element, and then the lead is like not a background element, but traditionally the bass kind of takes a sort of background role in just sort of backing up the lead. It's the other way around here, so just keep that in mind. So the bass plays this thing on its own, and then the lead just plays two notes in the whole loop. So the first and the fourth degree of the scale, which are F sharp and C sharp. We're in F sharp something, I don't know, the third scale here. It's not major though. Anyway, whatever. So it goes first and the fourth. So here, this note on the bass is also the first, which makes sense. Starts with both parts playing the same note. That's nice and cohesive. And then here it plays the same note again, which this beat is the last time the bass triggers something before the lead comes in on this beat. And here it plays the fourth. So currently the bass is ringing out the first, while you hear the fourth in the lead. So on the first beat, it's unison, they're playing the same note. Up until this point, they're still both playing the same note. And then you hear it goes up, and they're no longer matching. And then the bass does its little, while the lead just holds on to this one note the entire time. So it's not until down here that the bass actually plays that same note. So I don't know enough about music theory to describe what's exactly going on in terms of harmony, but the basic gist of it is just have one element, or write one element, and then just play around playing little background elements. Often, like if I turn this off, like I just came up with that, and because like it's slow, it's a background element, it's not trying to take over, pretty much anything you do will work. You'll be able to come up with something nice in just a couple of tries that can go in the background, and it will suit just fine. That's a really simple method. I might throw in some more examples of where I've used that just here, cut into the video. Second method is to write them to sort of play off each other rhythmically. Firstly, two examples of this, one of them more extreme. So start with this one. I really like what I did here. I'll just show you. So as you can hear, the lead is playing a lot of notes here. In the bass, it does the same note twice. Actually, it's all the same note. But like it does it twice in quick succession. So in here, this beat is a gap and it starts on there, and then this beat is a gap and it starts on the next beat. So if we play them together, the bass fills in the gaps here. In this case, the bass isn't really that complicated, it's just one note. But rhythmically, it fills in the gaps really well. Okay, so the next example of this is a little bit more extreme. Focus. Okay, so you can listen first. As you can hear, the bass and lead are a lot more separated here, like in terms of timing. Like, the bass almost completely finishes before the lead comes in at all. That's less so in the second half, but especially in the first half, you can hear the bass, like, once the lead comes in, the bass stops. The only thing you can still hear is it rings out. But halfway through the lead section, the bass is just completely gone. Like I said, that's a bit of an extreme example, but I think it still works. So yeah, the second tip in a nutshell is basically just to separate the bass and the lead rhythmically so that you can they can play off each other and fill in the gaps of each other's rhythms, so that obviously in this example it's not so much filling in the gaps because like it's just one and then the other, whereas in this case it's actually filling in the gaps. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you found the tips helpful. Basically just to either write one of the parts to be a simple background element, just nice and slow in the background, or to have them sort of play off each other rhythmically. Either way, I hope you can use these tips to come up with some more cohesive parts. And if you found the tips helpful, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. If you have any comments, feedback, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section. And other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.